Today we have the Lumix G7 unboxing. It's a camera that everyone's talking about. It's got the 4K resolution. It's got the flip out screen. It's a great camera. Panasonic has done such a great job. This is basically the baby brother to the GH4. GH4 of course has got the heavier metal weather sealed type body, but for the average person who just wants to get into 4K video, this is probably the better option at $5.99 at Best Buy with a kit lens that's got all the world's best reviews from what I can see. It's a great option. So let's open this up and see what we have here. And I'm doing my lazy review here because that's just how I roll. And in this unboxing, of course, we've got the Panasonic software. Now this is Silky Pix. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Pentax uses the same software program, and my experience with Pentax has been nothing but positive. There's also some warranty information, instruction booklets, etc. Now, I do recommend anytime that you buy a camera or any other kind of sophisticated equipment that you really should look at reading the entire directions. However, YouTube has such excellent videos to teach you not only all the functions of your camera, but also how to do composition. Matt Granger is somebody that does a lot of great things to teach you how to take photos. Martin Hellebrand is someone that gives you a lot of good information about the different functions of the camera. There's so many great YouTubes. I love watching the Camera Store up in Canada. I like watching Digital Rev and Bokeh. Those Kai and Locke and all those people are just awesome. Anyway, take a look at those videos to learn how to use your camera a little bit better. Alright, let's open this box up. What you see here is, unlike a lot of the cameras that you buy, this particular camera comes with a lens hood. Some companies actually charge you extra for a lens hood. Now, to me, that's nickel and diming, and I understand companies need to make a profit, but this is a piece of plastic machined to fit the lens and any other lens of this size. It's a great little tool. Helps with flare. Here's the lens itself. It's plastic construction, however, this is Lumix. You don't need a heavy metal, especially for a camera that's relatively lightweight. The whole idea behind Micro Four Thirds, and ironically Kodak was involved in the development of Micro Four Thirds, but one of the benefits of Micro Four Thirds is the smaller size, and yet you still get the performance. And if you look at the different cameras that offer 4K, this camera here, the G7, Panasonic Lumix G7, is probably the best dollar value camera that offers real 4K. There's some other cameras now that offer 4K. I know some of the higher end Sonys do. I know a lot of the higher end cameras from all the companies do. But you know, the Lumix GH4, this G7, the GX8, which is another phenomenal camera. I wish I had the extra money for that, but this one is going to do 95% of what those do, and for about 50% less money, and that's the real bottom line. Let's see what else it comes with. I'm suspecting, yes, a wall charger. Now, I'm a big fan of wall chargers. Sometimes you'll get a camera that you have to plug in. That way it really takes away from your camera. You're stuck with being charged into the camera directly into your computer or to the wall, so you really can't be doing a backup battery as far as charging is concerned. And a lot of people find that, especially in Micro Four Thirds cameras, that the battery life is nowhere near what your DSLR is. You know, Canon and Nikon, as much as they are followers more than they are innovators at this point in their company structure, they have led the way in better battery life. And a lot of that has to do with the size. Obviously, a bigger battery is going to last longer. Some cabling. Here's that battery. Again, relatively small size battery. And when you get a smaller battery, again, it's going to have lesser life. That's the problem. You're not going to get a long life in a battery like that. But you know what? That's okay. The camera side for a second. Got the strap. A lot of people like third-party straps. I kind of like advertising for the company that I'm using. You know, I don't get paid, obviously. I'm not a good enough YouTuber to get paid by anybody to review gear on YouTube. But, you know, I'm the average Joe, and a camera like the G8 or the G7 is a great camera for someone who wants to take, you know, some informal photos or semi-decent video. You know, when you get to be a much better photographer / videographer, maybe go for the GH4 or the GX8. But this is a great camera for someone that wants to get great photos. And there it is, as well as great video. We've got a very cool looking design, if you ask me. On top, we've got the record button, got some function buttons, got a dial here, got a button here, got more dials here. Obviously, you've got your different modes. Over here, you got your different shooting. You've definitely got some great functions. Now you can see here too, you've got a hot shoe up here. Got the flip out screen. You've got a flash actuation to pop up the pop-up flash. You've got some more function buttons on the back. You've got your 4-way, which you normally have. You've got some different lock buttons. The on button's over here. You've got a viewfinder. One of the nice things about a viewfinder, of course, is viewfinders give you the option to not only use the back flip-out screen, but also, you know, there's some benefit when you hold a camera up to your eye. It's kind of like you're a human tripod. It gives you a lot more security. Plus, you can see and frame better, especially in heavy light. If you've got a lot of light outside, it kind of stinks because those flip-out screens really are hard to see. This one, from what I've heard, is pretty good, but there's nothing like a viewfinder. Let me show you how this pops out. Pops out. And for people into the selfies, you can see, there it is. But this is Micro Four Thirds, Lumix G7. Very good camera. Let me put the battery in and show you what that looks like. So the bottom has the battery compartment, and that's also where you put a card. Now what I do, which is different than most people, I'm a big fan of using the micro SD cards. So what I do is, and there's a logic to this, so I use this micro SD with the adapter. And the reason I do this, a couple reasons. I have a tablet, a Galaxy tablet, the Tab S2 from Samsung. I can slide that little micro SD card out, put it into my Galaxy tablet if I don't want to use the Wi-Fi. Now, Panasonic has excellent menu systems and excellent Wi-Fi, but if I just want to get the whole card quickly, I can put this little micro SD card in my tablet and transfer photos that way. Now let me see. I'm going to take this off here. I'm going to put the lens on, line it up. See a nice grip here too. I mean, it's got a nice grip. So a lot of people say, yeah, you know, you need to have a good grip. And I agree, because you can hold the camera better. You don't always have access to a tripod. Sometimes you don't, so what you have to do is you have to use the grip to hold it. So what you'll see here is that we've got a camera that looks pretty good. I'm going to turn it on. And I've got to select my language. Obviously, I'm going to probably pick English. My French is not where it should be, and Spanish is even worse. And I speak English fluently in about 5 languages. I know a dozen sentences in each to get me by if I had to go to the bathroom or order a burger at McDonald's. Anyway, this is my review. Please subscribe and hit like. This was the unboxing of the DMC G7K, and I think the G7K just means it's the black body as opposed to they have a two-tone one that's silver as well. I'm filming this, by the way, on a Panasonic GM5 and on a little mini tripod. I think it's a Joby, is it? Little tripod. And doing my best to try to be semi-intelligent as a YouTuber. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Talk to you later.